Rust is slowly but steadily fading away, and there is only one reason for it: Facepunch, the developers of the game. This video has one purpose: to show them they are pushing the game in the wrong direction, update after update, instead of helping it grow. I remember a different Rust, a Rust full of experiments, chaos, creativity, and real soul. Today we only see repetitive content with no spark and no emotion. But it's not too late. As a community, we can still show the developers what Rust should truly be. So sit back, grab some cookies, pour yourself a drink, and let's begin. You might ask, how did it all start? Why do people who once loved Rust with all their heart suddenly say the game is dying? The answer is simple: the developers stopped understanding their audience. Around mid-2024, strange decisions started appearing. Update after update, we weren't getting new ideas or balance, just frustration. Players wanted progress, but instead they got experiments that turned Rust from a game about survival into a game about waiting. One of the first major problems was the blueprint Fragments system. Before, you could explore, farm, discover items, and feel real progression. Now everything depends on fragments that drop only from monuments. For solo or duo players, this means they can no longer progress unless they are part of a large group. Massive clans control every loot location, turning fragments into a monopoly. With this change, Rust stopped being a game where every player could build their own path. Now it became a game that tells you either you have a team or you are nothing. The second issue is balancing the game only for large groups. Before, solo and small teams still had a chance. Now the developers add systems that make the game harder, but not more enjoyable. Every update harms players who do not play in giant clans. Any new feature or buff is instantly abused by big teams who can farm more, raid more, and dominate anyone they want without effort. While this happens, the developers do nothing to fix the situation. Instead, they release more DLCs and skins and call them major content. Rust used to be about emotion, fear, adrenaline, that intense feeling when you barely manage to carry loot back home. Now it is all math, farming, fragments, percentages, raid calculations. Rust stopped being fun and turned into spreadsheets. The community now says that Rust has lost its soul. Vanilla servers are only for giant clans. Solo players cannot survive. Facepunch is developing the game for statistics, not for its players. Content has become repetitive. Streamers who once made crazy challenges now just farm loot and die to the same oversized teams over and over. Playing is boring. Watching is even worse. And if that was the end of the problem, it would still be painful but manageable. However, Facepunch found a new focus: selling DLCs with paid advantages. These are not just cosmetic skins anymore. They provide real gameplay benefits. Players can now buy not only visual items, but also powerful gear, advantages, and efficiency. Rust has turned from a game where skill mattered into a game where your wallet matters. In 2025, Rust is no longer a survival game. It has become a fight against the system itself. Solo, duo, and trio players are no longer part of the balance. Every wipe is a race where large teams take everything and small players suffer with no opportunity to fight back. Rust used to be more than a survival game. It was a story. Every player wrote their own journey. Some built trap bases, others made towns, and some lived with nothing but a rock and a dream. None of that came from patches or DLCs. It came from people who truly loved Rust. Now, every month, Facepunch moves further away from its community. Updates are made that nobody asked for. New mechanics remove what made Rust special. Players scream online, post feedback everywhere, make videos, but the developers remain silent. They ignore optimization complaints and ignore community concerns. All that matters is the next DLC that will bring in more money. If this continues, Rust will lose players and end up like many once popular games that slowly faded away. No one knows what Rust will look like in a year. But if nothing changes, the future is clear. And with that, my name is Shirkam. Thank you for watching, and good luck. Goodbye.